Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm LeoD765 presenting you the Five Nights at Freddy's 2, the marionette slash puppet that I have made out of clay and a custom music box that can open and close. This is a very special video as we have reached 100 subscribers, which I really appreciate all of you for helping me reach this goal. So this video is for you guys. I tried to make it as special as possible by making something cool out of clay, and I hope you guys will enjoy. So here we have the Puppets music box, and here we can see, I try to get the lines as symmetrical as possible. It looks a little weird. I think the best angle would be kind of like from the top when it's open like this. But wait a second, where is the puppet? Where did it go? Here is the puppet slash marionette that I have made out of clay. Now, I actually managed to implement a little articulation into this figure despite it being made out of clay. However, I do want to explain the details first. So for the mask, I actually sculpted that myself. I molded that. I painted it. I didn't use white clay or red clay. I straight up painted the clay for the mask and for the cheeks and for the lips right here. And I painted the teardrops on the mask. And the eyes and the mouth are actually like, as you can see, there actually are holes in the mask. So to make it look a little more realistic, we have the three iconic buttons. The arms can kind of move since I did make a wire and paperclip armature for both arms, so they can actually move a little bit, or you can keep them forward, kind of like a jump scare stance. See, they can kind of move. But the most interesting point of articulation I added to this figure is that despite it being made out of clay, I actually implemented a Lego ball joint connection for the bottom part of the figure. So as you can see, here we have a ball joint, allows the puppet to ab crunch like so, allows the puppet to move all the way back on that ball joint, and it can turn to the side and actually do a full 360 turn. And that is actually something that I thought was very cool, that I was able to pack that into the figure. Fingers can technically move to accommodate for like any jump scare pose I would like to make this be in. But now to what you guys probably want to check out, how the puppet looks inside the box. So we actually want to use the ab crunch. Then we want to articulate the fingers and the arms to face in for both sides. And then you just want to set the puppet down. Use that ab crunch to its maximum, and we can then close the music box. And as you can see, the puppet fits right inside. That is something that I really thought was cool. Being able to have the puppet actually fit in the music box, but also extend and look like the actual puppet without having like just half the body inside the music box and having it like that. Yeah, I didn't want to do that. So that is why I actually packed the ball joint into the puppet's body so it could articulate. Now, for the puppet itself and for the music box, this is actually made out of cardboard. So the music box is made out of cardboard, painted, with hinges at the back that allow it to open and close. And the puppet itself has an armature of wires inside that allow it to articulate from the arms, from the with a ball joint that is made out of plastic. But then the entire like inner part, like the endoskeleton, is made out of metal. So that allows it to hold itself together and keep that ball joint that I mentioned without it breaking in half. So that is something I also designed for this figure. Now, I know this is kind of a short special, but it is something that I wanted to make something cool for you guys to enjoy. And I actually plan on making more ambitious clay projects. In fact, for my next clay video, I actually have a plan to make a Freddy head with a light up feature. So stay tuned for that. And I hope you guys really enjoyed this 100 subscriber special. And I'll leave some um, poses with a marionette to see how scary it can be.